Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow if you like my content. Don't forget that bell. Thank you for watching. Hello. How y'all doing? I hope you guys are doing all right. It's definitely been one of those days. I had a friend pass away last Monday. On top of it, I had another friend that can't decide what gender they are or whatever, and then all of a sudden dwelling on the past like it matters. And basically, I lost them as a friend just tonight because I'm tired of being their call for only when there's problems in their life, like they're the only ones that do. On top of it, it just seems like people are just very hateful anymore. So, sorry if I seem a little depressed, but it's getting pretty ridiculous, especially with all this war everywhere and all these problems with the world. It just seems like we're living in hell. You know, you got the Democrats, Republicans, you got them fighting, you got people fighting in the streets over garbage, and people always acting like they know better. You got ICE deporting dangerous criminals, and people have a problem with it. It's like they would rather be raped and killed and murdered instead of being protected. So I'm one of those firm believers that if they don't want help, then fuck helping them. put a fucking gate all the way around their state and they can fucking defend themselves. Leave them to their own demise. If their state burns down, and fuck them. You know, your kids get raped, you get raped, beat, shot, and killed. It's your problem because it's coming down to it that no one's gonna care anymore. No one just don't. You know, Charlie Kirk getting assassinated. You know, and the whole deploy on that, considering the fact that there's so much evidence to prove that it was a conspiracy in another party, and even the guy that shot him named names and they won't release him, just like the Epstein file. You know, this everything's turning into shit. It's just shit. And I'm realizing that, this world sucks. It just does. I always love it when people always say humans, we all deserve to live and all this. And I'm starting to realize all those tree hugging fuckers that seem to always, off themselves and kill everybody. You know, the reason why they do that is because they feel like the world's gone to shit in a handbasket and nobody's doing anything about it. And I agree with them. Nobody's doing anything about it because nobody does care. Why should they? It's not affecting them. It's like these politicians that keep putting their own 2 cents in our lives, and yet they're not poor. They're not the ones struggling to buy groceries or struggling to pay rent. They're not, and they don't. And we're the ones paying their rent. So I believe that if the people are suffering, maybe it's time they do too. Maybe it's time that we take all the money that they're getting and stop giving it to them. It's going to be a matter of time, just like other countries, where the people stand up against it and turn it over. And it's not going to be just about Trump. And I love you Trump haters. It's not about Trump. It's not about the Democrats. It's about the system. The system is broken. And the fact that it can't be fixed no more. And eventually, it's going to come to the point where y'all going to get what you want. But what you don't realize is once there's no more cops and there's no more government, there's no one there to protect you. You can keep acting like you're gods and you can just, oh, I can do whatever I want. Well, so can we. And that's what'll happen. Just like in any zombie movie
You are
where
now
you see
away.
people go
AFK.
crazy and, a breakout happens and people start killing people because they want what they have and they don't think anybody else should have it because they think they're better or they think they should have it because they're inferior of others. And that's the problem with the human race. We are not inferior. There are species out in the universe that are much better, smarter, and have technology way beyond any of our comprehensions. They can time travel, they can go from one end of the galaxy to the other in only a few seconds, and we can barely even fly from one state to another in fucking 6 to 8 hours. So, there's nothing that says that we are anything. If anything, we're just a speck in the universe, a speck on a flower, and eventually someone's going to walk by and step on it, and that's what's going to happen. So, you guys keep pushing this whole thing, and all these people killing people and killing themselves. They've already proven that the soul, when it dies, that it does exist, it does leave the body. They've already proven that it leaves and goes somewhere. But the problem is that means that it's not that there's a God or any of that. It's the fact that we interpret the Bible that the Lord and Jesus and all them in the Bible were created by God, and we were created by someone that we call God or the Lord. and don't realize is we are the same. That's why it said, and even in the Bible, it says we were made in Him, His image, and just like Him. And you know, they've proven giants are real. They've proven, I mean, dinosaurs. Um, Obviously, there's more things outside the ice wall. That's why the government doesn't want us to go there because it's just going to prove that all our religions and everything have all been one thing, a lie. And they captured an alien, and the alien video made it online. Of course, it gets removed, and people keep putting it on. Um, but even the alien or extraterrestrial even said that our false sense of Lord or God is what keeps us where we're at, that we're lied to keep us in check, to keep us loyal to the government, to an entity that won't even show itself, an entity that doesn't care if you die or not. They just want you to keep digging resources for them. And that's the problem, that we can't get anywhere in this world. It's like people on disability, Social Security, and all that. The amount of money they make is not even a quarter of what people make in an actual month working an actual job. And some people can't work at all. Some people can't go and sit down and or stand for hours. And that's why when you see those Walmart greeters and shit, you know why they put them on the Walmart greeters? Because they don't trust them in the cashiers to sit there and do it all, because they know that with age comes with mind slip. And on top of that, the COVID shot was basically to do exactly what they said. Remember that there was a pillar that said only 999,000 or something, or 999 million people can live on this planet. We've beyond our billion people can live on this planet, and we've exceeded that beyond. And the government, and even Kamala Harris and Nancy Pelosi even stated the only way to correct it is for people to die. And they've even said it even live, and no one even corrects them or puts them in the hot seat. But they've even said the only way to fucking correct it for others to live is for people to die. So it just shows that you all are sheep. You follow someone that would rather kill you than to lift you up. And they are not in your interest or anyone's but their own. Because I highly doubt Kamala Harris went and got the fucking vaccine. I highly doubt that Barack Obama, his family, or even Joe Biden really got the vaccine. I guarantee it was just water in that fucking injection because they wanted people to take it. I've had more friends die from cancer since COVID, since the vaccines, than any other illness. Heart attacks and cancer. I mean, I'm a cancer survivor, and I can tell you this now. It's coming. Your faith, if it's what you believe in, you better pray, because the end is near. And I only say that being unknightly. Let's put it this way. My father told me a story when I was 6 years old about how the United States government already had in plan of World War III to be created with Russia, China, North Korea already back then in the 60s. And he said that it was planned before that, that the only way to keep people in check or the world in check is people have to die. And the only way people could die is if we have unnecessary wars, murders, and casualties. And, people don't realize is the government isn't for us. They're for themselves. I'm not saying go rush up to your government officials and start killing them, but I think if anybody does deserve getting hurt, it's the people that's doing the wrong to America, not people that have nothing to do with taking the food out of your mouth, people taking your homes, taking your kids. Those people aren't doing anything on the street in the churches and kids that they're shooting. Those kids haven't even lived a life. They're innocent, innocent souls. And the people believe that, oh, I'm gonna be a martyr because I want my point of view pointed out, that how I was hurt. Look, everybody's hurting. Everybody feels like shit. But that doesn't mean going out and blowing up shit or shooting up a church or killing people and killing an officer. They're just doing their job, just like you are supposed to. And that's the thing. We're all damned because no one cares anymore. Like when you go in a hospital, doctors are being told by the CDC, and I actually have proof and was told by an actual doctor that the CDC is telling them not to tell people when they got cancers, when they got parasites, or anything that's wrong with them, because they want them to get sick, and they want them to get sicker so that they can buy these treatments that are so expensive and ridiculous. They came out with more cures that in the past 100 years than we have in any time in our lives, and yet they still don't bring them out. They bring out experimental drugs on people, and yet we have these cures for cancers and cures for, ADHD, cures for Alzheimer's. We have cures, for multiple cancers. Um, for people that, for our limbs that get cut off, they have high tech robotics that they could actually install that will allow you to use it like a regular arm. And yet they have prosthetics that are ridiculously, if you don't have, millions of dollars in your bank account to afford it, you can't get it. Or if you don't get a GoFundMe to pay it, then you will never have that um, luxury of having your hand back or your leg back or legs. Because the technology for these robots that all these companies were building are the same technology that they had for humans to give us legs and limbs, but they care more about making them for war than it is to actually make them to help for society and free energy. Um, there's if you get caught using free energy in any form, you'll go to prison or disappear. Every person that has created a free energy source has died, either a mysterious or strange death, because oil companies would rather you spend money in oil and gas and waste your money in resources that are obsolete. And this electric car shit is a joke. We have batteries that can last for 20 years. A full charge, 20 years. We have, and I'm talking non nuclear, they're crystal based batteries that can last literally 20 years. Well, 20 to 30 years. We have nuclear subs that go underneath um, uh, construction, and they can last anywhere between 20 and 35 years. So, I mean, the technology has always been there, but they only want it for military use. They don't want the public to benefit from it, because the military always and government always wants to have a hand up on everybody. And now we got this electronic ID they're pushing on people. And I agree with this guy that posted a video online. He made the comment, and it was a great comment. Basically, and I'm a hacker, an old hacker, old school hacker. I used to get paid to get when hackers that would hack your account to get rid of the hackers or hack the hackers. And so basically, what they're saying is they want you to get a digital ID so that someone on another end in another country, and I'm going to say it, and it's very simple. You got people in North Korea, Japan, China, Russia. Um, God, what is that other one? Give me a second. Basically, most third world countries have. That's what they do. They put up these shops so that they can hack you and get information or hold your information ransom. And they want this digital ID. And I'm going to say it very simply. It is easy, and I'm going to be honest, it is easy to hack the United States government because their firewalls are shit. And that being said, a little kid, a 10-year-old kid, hacked the United States government, and they want you to get digital ID because it's going to be safer. When a 10-year-old kid can hack the United States government, you telling me it's safe? You telling me that our information is safe? I mean, the Lizard Squad. I know people trying to erase it from history, but yes, the Lizard Squad was some 10-year-olds, 14-year-olds, and 16 and 19-year-old kids that hacked. The kid that hacked PlayStation, he was only 16 or 19. So, these people think that their information and they have the best of everything. They're full of shit. If it's on the internet, it's free to every hacker. And every government building is connected to the internet. Every government server is connected to the internet. That means that it is free for everybody. And I mean that. There's a backdoor built in every computer chip on the market. And most government computers are not running on new programs. They're still running between Windows Vista, and some are running on Windows 10, but some are still running in Windows 98. They got bunkers full of water and paperwork that is decades old, and yet they couldn't put it in a better filing system. Our government's supposed to be this greatest. I mean, let's put it this way. Russia always thinks that we are this weak country. We have missiles stronger than Russia. We have missiles stronger than China. We have technology stronger than both of them. But it is only designated to certain branches of the United States government for a reason, because they don't want anybody to know that we have it. Just like this spaceship program, as Trump likes to call it, Space Force. Space Force has been around long before Trump was in office. Before he was even born, Space Force was around. And the fact that there's rumors that we never went to the moon, that China, India, and even Australia has even admitted that there is no possible way that we made it, because they can't get there either with the technology today. We can get out into space into our lower orbit, but we can't get out past that. And they're always constantly saying, "Oh, we send out these satellites and shit." We got cameras that can see into space, and they use AI, artificial intelligence, to analyze and decode what they get. There's a good reason why that the government wants to invest all this money in AI. And I've said it once and I'll say it again. They want us all to get sick. They want us all to get cancer so that they can use this AID or this AI to fix us. But that's the problem. They just want funding for their war machine. They want us to fork the bill when money has no value. It really doesn't. If you really think about it, it really doesn't. Since the beginning of the time, people didn't have money. It didn't mean shit. You did work, you ate. You hunted, you ate. Today, people think money means something. All it is is a piece of paper with the assumption that you can get something. And on top of it, I love how AOC and all that get to constantly make threats and tell people to commit violence, but yet they're not going to jail or being deported. I think that we should take and start deporting people in the United States government that is not for America. People that don't want America. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, doesn't matter if you're Republican, independent, or whatever you are. If you are not for the United States government, you should not be here. You should not be in our Senate.
You are no longer away.
That being said, I hope that you understand that this fear is coming soon. Oh, and that alien ship shit, that is just a joke. That's just to lead people to believe that something big is coming. If a spaceship is already coming, it's already here. There's nothing you can do about it, and there's nothing the government can do about it. So they don't want anything to do with us. An alien signal was
Goldshire
sent
is under attack.
decades ago, and the statement the alien said, and it was so great, that we are the only species that commits war on its own for pleasure and money and land. Only species. You don't see a dog going to steal a fucking loaf of bread because they got, pay the bills. You don't see cows rushing into a, jewelry store to steal sneakers or jewelry because he's got to buy more grass. No, what it is the human race is gone nuts. I more and more don't feel like I'm from this planet anymore. I'm more and more. I don't even look down. I look up because, and, and that being said, and I really mean it, people that look up and don't look down, they're the ones that aren't from here. They're the ones that are looking out because they know out there's where they're from. People that look down are the ones that are from
Goldshire is
here.
under attack.
I don't know what that was all about there.
Wesley Swipes Area 52 says, indecipherable language. Wesley Swipes Area 52 says, indecipherable language.
Yeah, I don't think I got language things. I think I do. It's funny, I'm 75 and
Lion's Pride Inn is under attack.
it's pretty sad when a level 75 can fight a much higher level 80. It's like an Elder Scroll. I used to do this thing where to get vampirism back in the day, you had to go to a certain place to get it, and then you had to go through this. I call it kind of like the uh, rite of passage to become the vampire, but you had to be level 35 and up. I could take a level 5 character, go in, and be a vampire. Of course, now you have to purchase it. It's kind of stupid. They kind of fucked it all up. That's one of the things I hate about video games. People alter and changing things when they work. That's why when I was building a video game, I was trying to make it where none of that existed. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. Any add-ons will get added in as new or as its own item that it's not gonna alter and change. So like this here, you can get this if you're a tank, you only get it for a few seconds. But if you're on any others, you can get it to walk around with you. And he'll die in 45 seconds. But all the others, and it shouldn't be that way. If you're getting this character, you should get that too as well, just no different than all the others. But that's just how it is. I'm slightly hungry too. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Plus, I've had this bad case of strep throat, so bad. I've had strep throat for over a year. My doctor's been telling me for a year that I have allergies. Oh, just take Benadryl, it'll go away. Giving me antibiotics once to every 2 weeks, a constant antibiotics. And then I finally looked at my doctor and I go, or the nurse and the doctor, and I was like, look, I
Barbeak
don't
is
know what
getting
the
drunk
hell's
off of
going on.
Synthebrew
This shit is
goggles.
ridiculous. I don't know who's paying you to deny me of my right to find out what's wrong. I said, I know something's wrong. And I coughed up this fucked up fucking loogie, and it was like a gel, I don't know if y'all remember when it was raining in those states and that gel came down the ground. It was like that. Um, I didn't get this weird cough and shit until that fog rolled in, and then the COVID shots. It just seemed like it never ended, and they just found out that the fog and quite often even after that, the fogs that have been coming in have this little small bacteria and parasites flying around in it. So that being said, they could instead of spraying aluminum and crap in our fucking air to kill us faster, they could actually just quit that and let Mother Nature do what it's naturally supposed to do. If it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. If it's not, fucking who cares? Stop trying to make it rain. Stop trying to cover clouds because you don't want people seeing the sky. Like I said, I almost just, this war that's coming, it's going to hit Washington, D.C. It's going to hit California. It's going to hit Texas. The whole around the United States is going to be wiped. So everybody will get their way. It'll go back to the Stone Age and people will be able to live without all these chemicals being sprayed in the air. People will be able to finally uh, not live in fear of thinking that, they're being killed because, oh my God, there's too many people. It's like I see these fucking people online complaining about their food stamps. Oh, I got 6 kids. Well, maybe if you kept your fucking legs closed and, oh, I got 6 different baby daddies. Yeah, because you think by having kids that you're just going to get your whole way paid. And you were taught that by your parents, and your parents taught you that. And even thinking remotely that that was going to last forever, you're an idiot. And you deserve what's coming for you. If you kept your legs closed and only had a kid because you could afford it, you wouldn't be in that situation in the first place. I'm so tired of hearing people complaining, "Oh, my food stamps are getting taken." I can't get food stamps. I make way too much money, even though I'm completely 100% broke. And that being said, I say, I'm 100% broke. I'm not fully completely, but I'm broke compared to half these other people that are making 250, $400,000 and getting food stamps. That should be illegal. Anybody making under $25,000 or $35,000 a year, they should be able to get food stamps and no one else. If anybody else above that criteria gets it, should automatically be charged with fraud. Because if you've got that much money, maybe you should downsize your house. Maybe you should stop buying brand new Lexus cars and shit and then complaining that you don't get food. Some people don't even have fucking cars, they walk. But yet these people complain, oh my God, you're taking my food stamp. No, maybe if you took your fucking ass and went and got a job, you would actually have something when you actually needed it. See, that was the problem. People don't realize is that money is supposed to be there when you need it. And having kids because you can't keep your legs closed is not a reason to keep getting fucking help. Here in a minute, I'm gonna go make me something to fucking eat. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do anything else on here. I'm kind of infuriated with these idiots. Everybody doesn't realize, there are plenty of people that are truly suffering, and these people that are making all this money, living in these expensive ass fucking apartments, they're paying like anywhere between, I think it's like 1,000 or 1,200 to $4,000. Well, if you're paying $4,000 for rent, I think you can afford food. You should move to a place where you can afford your rent and pay your food. Because there's people that are only making $475 on fucking Social Security and disability and still don't get food stamps. So it's a crock of shit. It's keeping people completely the inability to survive, and the people to survive are only the rich. It's like the government, oh, we're going to do all this stuff with Doge and collect all this money. All that money went to people that already had money, didn't need help, they didn't need it, and they were already making enough money to survive. Excuse me that your $300,000 house payment was due. Excuse me that you wanted to buy a fucking VR headset that costs fucking $6,000. You know, I'm so tired of the wastefulness. It's like I'm gonna put it out there. Insurance companies. I'm gonna explain something real simple, and this is on the insurance companies. You know why that guy killed that insurance guy? There was three underlying things. One, they charged his insurance more than $250,000 or over $1 million. It was like 100 and like well, not 100. I think it was like 1 point something $1 million his insurance got charged. But yet the procedure itself only cost $25,000. That was for him to be in the hospital, for him and all that, never to fix his problems, never to actually help the guy. On top of it, insurance companies are doing this thing now where, let's say I got something wrong with my feet, athlete's foot. Well, they want you to try athlete's cream, but they're not going to give you that yet. They want you to take these six other creams that have nothing to do with curing your problem for the insurance to pay for it, for them to get money, and then they'll give you the proper shit to cure it. That's insurance fraud that the insurance companies are committing, and they're all doing it. I'm talking Blue Cross, Medicare, Medicaid, they're all doing it. They're committing uh, insurance fraud and getting away with it. It's like I have this thing where I uh, I had my feet sweat real bad, and I got this like toe infection. I don't have athlete foot, but I got a toe infection. There's a cure. It's just little tiny little clear gel stuff that you put on there, and it'll go away, right? Well, instead of giving me that, they want me to take five other different kind of chemicals and gels and shit for athlete's foot that is not for the problem. And then even when you take all those, now you just paid them, and they're anywhere between a couple $100 for your insurance to pay. So it's just this huge insurance scheme, and it's a pyramid scheme, is all it is. All these people that are in these insurance offices that act like doctors, denying you of medications or denying you of this because they think they know better when they're not your doctor. They're not the person to that's in the office when you're talking to your doctor. They should have no right to deny what you need, but they are, because they want you to take all these other harmful things that have nothing to do with you or your problem. And that being said, I forbid you and hope you guys have a better day. And I hope that one day this world will be fixed. And I hope the government and all these companies all get held accountable. Because the only way it's going to be fixed is to fix them. And the only way to fix them is to get rid of them. You have a good one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow if you like more content. Don't forget that bell.